Quite nice going into the wind, but it will be a slightly different ball game coming back.
Yeah.
Have you still got me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, so trying to get rid of that hiss a bit.
Yeah, well that's feedback from the noise,
yeah.
Engine noise through the mic. I think.
Can't see what they're going to be doing with the site of the greenhouses.
No. We're actually picking up carbides on the climb out.
Yeah.
Just see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
It might run rough, alright?
Wasn't expecting it to be bubbly like that.
No. One of those restless days.
Yeah. I phoned Kate up this morning and she said they got thick fog on the island.
Alright.
But Bournemouth yesterday, Court, was as blowy as hell because we had to go across on this small ferry to this island. And I looked up to see what Bournemouth were saying, and they said 20 gusting 35. But I don't think it was that windy here. Dad said he didn't think it was too bad.
I didn't really get to sort of really look at it or consider it, if I'm honest. Must be a lot of moisture in the air.
It's back again, yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Trouble is, you can run it all the time with that out all the time. You will lose some performance.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, if then you do pick up carb ice, you're
yeah.
got a considerable increase in revs when you pushed it back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are yachts out.
Yeah. I suppose they quite like a bit of breeze, don't they?
Yeah, I guess so. Funny they're all right up one end, gaggled together in virtually the same place.
Yeah, unless they're having a race.
Possible, I suppose. Oops. Looked like one all but went over then.
I crewed for somebody at Brightling Sea one year in a regatta that took place in the mouth of the Cone and out to sea a bit, and I never had so many different weather conditions in the 1 week. You know, we went from a major swell to actually be calmed. At one point the person who was skippering the yacht was contemplating getting out and kicking his legs and using it as a float.
Bloody hell.
But the other time with the swell was really weird because the swell was travelling faster than we were. So you're like this, and then all of a sudden your stern comes up, and then your bow comes up, and you're just sort of riding it the wrong way. But I have to say, it's not really for me. Sailing's not my thing. Spent some hours watching Toby play football down there.
Really?
Yeah. I've made a piece of wood that sits across the fuselage, pushes back against there and foamed it all up so that if Dad does tread on, I've got a tray that he can tread on which spreads his load over the seat.
Right.
It means he sits on this piece of wood rather than the back of the seat.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then he could lower himself in with that strap.
Yeah.
Not, as I said before, not as easy to get him out.
No,
but it's doable. Just find a very calm day to fly him.
Yeah.
But he enjoyed his trip in the Rapide.
Yeah, I imagine he would have done. Never noticed that church down there before. It looks lovely. It looks like it's been renovated.
Yeah, it's All Saints. They do tend to use the other one a lot, but that's quite interesting because it's got plaques all the way around the church. Because Brightlingsea is a fishing port and was a port, and it's all sailors that over the years have lost their lives.
Really?
Not just at war, but you know. Let's see. It stands right on the highest point.
What is that?
Another Jodel?
I think that's what I thought.
Yeah. I'll come right and then have another little look.
Who's got the bonfire going?
I don't know. That's funny. One little turn and lost him.
I would have thought it'd been over further to your right. But
Oh look, in that time,
yeah.
there's now a little mist underneath the wind farm. I thought he was heading towards Clacton.
Well, possibility is that he was.
Yeah.
But it goes to show the sky is a big place.
It does.
You know,
Yeah, there he is. I'm pointing straight at him. He's going over the point.
Oh yeah, got you.
Got him?
Yeah, it's almost as if it's coasting out.
Yeah. Yeah, because we said if you take a line straight down the River Cone and stick on that line, it takes you straight to Calais.
Oh, lovely.
I think he's ever so slightly coming left.
I've lost him again. Oh,
Yeah,
I've
he's
got
on
him.
the
Yeah, I've
he's on the nose there.
Yeah, it might be. You wouldn't want to walk across there, would you?
No, some of it is pretty yucky. There's a mill pond opposite Dad's, and we used to play around it. And I saw somebody one day dive into it, and we didn't get quite worried, because actually he dived through the water and into this soft, squidgy mud. But you didn't know that at the time. It was only when he came out all covered in mud. They spent quite a lot of money doing up the old outdoor swimming pool for this summer. So they recreated the old era of the outdoor Lido or Lido or however they pronounce it.
Yeah. So where exactly are we name-wise just here?
Well, this is Bateman's Tower at the bottom of Brightlingsea. And about 3 houses up there. There's Martin's house. His grey car is in his drive.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know whether these fancy apartments.
Golf Bravo Lima Juliet Oscar Cessna 152.
I don't know whether these fancy apartments by the water have sold well or not. But it seems to be the thing at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems to be the in thing.
Look at the pattern around that boat where it's been in the mud as the tide has turned it.
Yeah, it's moved round, yeah. Almost like a sunflower.
Yeah. And then Greenhouse City.
Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? What do they grow in there?
They bring on a whole load of young lettuces.
Alright.
And then they go up to London. Just see if Karen's still over at the Stratford Hills. There was a horse event on there this morning.
Alright.
Although I would have thought this sort of time she's probably heading back.
What's the name of the place?
Stratford Hills. As you come out of Stratford St Mary and you go up the hill, the road cuts back towards Higham.
Right.
And there's just an equestrian place there that they use sometimes.
Not much of a hill. This part of the country.
Yeah, but it's a little bit like Nayland. The bottom of it is quite a big slope.
Is that the event dead ahead?
Yeah, yeah. It's a sort of a cross-country course.
Right.
That they just sign up and they can just go round it.
Somebody just pulling away now.
Yeah. It's a black box. Could actually. Because the car looks dark, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, her car. See the long line?
Yeah.
At the very end, there's three. There's Karen's car, Helen's car, and Shirley's horse box. There's a red horse box on the end.
That's it. Looks like they're just putting the horse in the box.
Yeah. Probably broken open the flask. And you'll see sort of pairs of horses all the way round here doing different things.
Oh yeah, I can see all the jumps and that. Now I'm totally disorientated.
Raid and wings.
Right, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I can see it now. As soon as you said it.
Yeah.
Haven't seen any modelers flying there for a long while.
No.
Hello, got a bit of a Dutch roll there.
Yeah.
What's that all about? That's a bit.
Yeah, it's quite weird. Looks like they're getting ready to put units in there.
Yeah.
They've got two of them in.
Yeah, it looks like it. In the industrial estate.
Yeah. I suppose ideal if you're a golfer. You happy to go back?
Yeah, yeah, fine.
I just wanted to blow the cobwebs.
Yeah, it's a nice little. That's ideal. Nice little little buzz round. Is that trim okay now?
Yeah, excellent.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, for a long time, I was over trimming. And therefore I couldn't get it to trim because I was over trimming, because you only need ever so tiny little movements. But I mean, as we said, it works in exactly the same way. Yeah. So, you know, anti-clockwise the nose comes up, clockwise the nose goes down. It's just
getting used to it.
there as opposed to there.
Yeah.
You can tell you're coming along the side of this little valley just because of the air.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't think it makes so much difference, but it does, doesn't it? Every time you get back here, that is through that valley, isn't it? Where you get the little bits of.
Of course, because I'm following. I mean, it's not a definite ridge line, but it's like a ridge line, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Now you come to mention it. Never thought of it before. All these years been flying out this way.
Because I've often found that if you're coming in that way, you're okay until you get to this bit. Yeah. But it's when you're flying up there, you don't even, when you're coming that way, you don't feel it quite so much. Somebody was asking me about leaning the 0200. I must admit, I don't tend to lean it very much, but I think it's the height that we fly and the type of flying we do. I mean, really, it's when you go into a cruise, isn't it, that you...
Well, once you've got it set up in the cruise, it doesn't hurt to lean a little.
Yeah. But like a day like today, where we've been doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Well, I don't know about wonderful, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean. You basically just leave it because you're varying in height. But if, like, say for argument's sake, you were going over to Calais and you're sort of 3,000 or 4,000 feet, you can lean. The only problem with leaning this particular aircraft is your mixture control is very coarse and it's prone to move anyway.
Yeah.
But there's nothing stopping you pulling it out and leaning a little in the cruise. It will save you some fuel.
Yeah.
And it'll keep your plugs cleaner.
Yeah.
That carb heat definitely works.
Yeah.
That's encouraging, isn't it?
It's one of those situations whereby, you know, you're here and you're thinking, well, I know that she's really warm now, but I was always told to keep carb heat out until a certain point and then push back in. I just bring the air brake down.
This is about here where the engine stopped on the thingy.
Yeah.
And I was messing around with it and I got to just over the river here and managed to restart it about here.
Yeah.
And then it instantly stopped again for the second time round.
I'd flown John down to Hadnam to collect the Cygnet and escorted him back, but, as he said, the engine stopped on final.
You can see why I aimed for that area.
Absolutely, you got no other option. I mean, those trees on the path just seem to be getting bigger and bigger.
Well, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tony says you can't come because they're not his.
Yeah. I remember when bringing the Emerald in, whereby we were going over the top of the hedge.
Do you want me to do the honours?
Yeah, please.
Oh, thanks for that. I enjoyed that.
That's right. I felt I needed to have a little bit of a, I don't know, just a cobweb clean.
Yeah, that did me a bit good because I just sort of, I need to fly, but I didn't really want to fly my own.
Yeah. Ah, fine.